Hello there guys, this is Crafty Game 47 here, and we're back with Kerbal Space Program, episode 3, and I've actually just noticed Jeb's built a sandcastle, or a moon sandcastle, and I've only just noticed that. I never knew that that was actually there. I always assumed it was a rock, just didn't notice. So yeah, we're going to go back into our save file, and I have built something that will go and rescue our trapped 3 Kerbals on the Mun, or at least 2 of them anyway. If I go into the VAB, I can show you. If I load it up, what do I call it? Planet Rescue Ship Mark 1. And all it is basically, well, you'll see, it loads, there we go. I've got the asparagus staging, and I've just put one of these on the top here, and these are going to go around every planet and moon, I guess. I'm going to have one of them, and basically what it is, it's just a ship. This is basically a nuclear engine. This is just fuel, basic fuel, and there's just strutted together basically all of these, which are tiny little landers that can land. And basically what would happen is I want to try and make this all reusable, kind of like, so I have to go and rescue Kerbals, bring them back to Kerbin, land them, or not exactly land them, but bring them down onto the surface. I don't know whether this thing can land. I might add some parachutes onto these things, some little parachutes onto them. But I think that they can land on Kerbin on their own. They should be able to anyway. And one thing is that they can only carry 2 Kerbals each. So the reason for that is because the balance would be off, and it'll be completely impossible really to fly them, because the balance will be off. And like if you thrusted and there was a Kerbal on the bottom of there, it would just point downwards and start going into a spin, and it would just go all crazy and haywire and things like that. But I've also put some parachutes on the actual thing itself, so if it ever gets into some sort of crazy orbit, I can simply land it quite safely. It is just a drone, so it's not really much of a waste of Kerbals. And I just really want to put some of these around planets and have them as rescue ships that can return to Kerbin. And it has got a junior docking port on it, so it can like dock onto another craft and transfer the Kerbals over and return it back onto this thing and refuel it. And one thing I haven't put onto this is an actual refueling docking port, and the reason for that is because that way we can send more of these out. Like if this one gets badly damaged, then we can just put it into the Earth's or the planet's atmosphere and let it just crash down, and then we can send another one over there to do it. After all, it is only a drone, it's not really a waste of Kerbals, so I think it'll be fine. So we're just going to try and launch this up and put it around the Mun and rescue 2 of our Kerbals, and the one of them is going to stay behind and be rescued eventually in the future, I guess. So yeah. Now, I have tested this a couple of times, but I don't think I've actually got it out of the Kerbin's gravity, but I believe it can get out of the Kerbin's gravity. And also you might notice I haven't put a Kerbal engineer on this because, well, it's not really meant to land or anything like that apart from these little things, and it'd just be a hassle trying to get, like, well, not a hassle, but it'd be quite annoying because the balance would be off, and I don't really want to put 2 on. Plus it doesn't really need it, to be honest. So once again, you've only got to throttle up to 2/3, press the SAS, and launch. Very like, it's alright. So yeah, I have got a load of struts strutting this together, and this might fail a couple of times because, once again, these come apart. I haven't really strutted these 2 together. I probably should have done that, but I think it should be alright. And once we've dropped this stage, like all the outside stages, this middle part gets really wobbly and completely goes crazy, so I have to use minimum throttle to make sure it stays in a straight line, really, so it doesn't wobble. You'll probably see where you get up to atmospheric, or out of atmospheric height, I guess. Open the resources tab, we have got a lot of fuel in this. 41,000 in total. But, go to stage. These are little fuel tanks as well. These are really meant to be for, like, little things, really, but, yeah. And I've put a little mini Rockomax engine onto the bottom of it, and I'm hoping that that can pretty much land on moons without atmosphere. I don't know about atmospheric planets, like extreme atmospheric planets, so yeah, we're just gonna have to try and wait and see, really. I'm hoping it'll work. I really think it will. I have done something like this before, but it was less, and it was more bigger, these things were, and it was really hard to get up into space, and it was just really laggy, and I was thinking the frames are just going to be dropping so quickly and fast and hard, so I decided to just rebuild one and fly it like this, I guess. So we're going to try and get to the Kerbals and return in this episode, I guess. Okay, we're reaching 10,000 meters. Okay, we've hit 10,000, we'll wait until we get to 11 and then we'll start our gravity burn. Okay, we'll start it now. Don't really need to go over that much. Oh, and I've just noticed our stage. Don't know how long that's been like that for, but yeah. So once we drop this next stage, then it's going to be really, really wobbly, so I've got to try and get this thing into orbit with this stage. Hoping I can. I think I can. Just open up the map view. For some reason it says it's a rover. I think it's because of all the landing legs on it, really. So we can rename that when we've got the chance to, when it's safe. I'm going to push it up to full throttle now, because we're kind of out the bottom atmospheric, so these should not overheat instantly. There's the overheating, but they're not going to really heat up that quickly, so we can do this. That's alright, we're going to try and get 100 kilometer orbit around Kerbal, and then burn to the moon. I don't know where it is, or the moon even. I don't know where the moon is, I think it's on the other side. Ooh. I think that's Minmus, is it? It's most definitely a planet, I don't know which one. Yeah, it's Minmus. Huh. That's quite cool, we've got Minmus over there. Huh. That's a planet that I think we're going to go to soon as well. It's not even a planet, it's a moon. I keep thinking it's a planet, I don't know why. But I do. Oh, where are we? Okay, let's get into a high. And cut. There we go. So now we can just time warp. And this thing is alright now, I think. We're going to try and just get into orbit now with this last little bit of fuel that we've got left. I don't think we can though, because this has got to do its own engine plus the middle engine, so I don't know. One thing is the power on this isn't very good, however I have put some solar panels on by just pressing action group 1. Just some mini ones, that way I can not lose energy. I was going to try and put some of the big ones on, but I was scared that they would break quite easily, so I haven't done that. Burn a little bit so we can get the turning a bit easier. Get ourselves into a straight line. I can't really go into the cockpit view because there isn't a cockpit view, so there we go. Now we're just going to point, prograde, burn. There's the stage, and this is where it starts to get a little bit wobbly. Yeah, it's a bit wobbly. I think it's alright though, because we're out of atmosphere and into space, so we should be fine. Just going to try and get this onto pointing downwards so that this will extend quickly. Now this should get us into orbit and then halfway to Mun. The Mun is where exactly? Okay, so we've got to do a complete orbit before we do start burning. Okay, I'm going to point upwards. And engine overheating, nope, that's good. And here comes our orbit. There we go, we have an orbit, successful, hopefully. And there we go. 110, 101, that's fine. Okay, so now I'm gonna angle this right. Oh, this is gonna probably be an eclipse one, if I can get it there. There we go. That should get us, there it is. And just gotta try and get this right. There we go. Now we're fine. I'm actually going to move this a little bit more round so that I can. Oh, I don't need to do it that way actually. Oh, that's not good. Let's just bring this back. And just going to mess around with this for a bit. I've got a bit of time. If I point this way, no, this way. I'm trying to make some little maneuvers to try and get ourselves around it. Okay, I think that's probably the best one we can go for, really. That looks fine. What I can do is lift that up. Trying to level us out. No, don't think I can that much really, so I guess that's going to be what our burn is going to be. It's a 44-second burn. I think it might be a little less than that though. Might be wrong though. I think it'll be a 30-second burn really. We've got to burn at 22 seconds to burn time, so if we get into the burn position then we can just time warp around the planet and use our sneaky little trick to do the stopping of the thing. There we go. So yeah, I think I mentioned it in the last episode, but if you are turning quite fast and you just want to stop and you're out of the atmosphere of a planet, then you can just time warp and it will stop your ship from turning. It's a cool little thing to remember, especially if you're in a space plane and one of your engines dies or something and you've only got one working and you're spinning out of control. Quite useful. So here we come. Slow it down. Okay, and we'll burn. Oh no, we don't have any power. That is a big downfall, so we're gonna have to burn around and wait, I guess. Just burn around until we see the sun. There it is. Okay. I wonder if we can still burn. Might need to change it a little bit, so let's just grab this, drag it. Oh no, I've just deleted it, damn it. Oh. If I put one there, we can still get it. It's fine, it's fine. Yep, that's perfect, that is. That one. That'll be perfect. That'll do. Start the burn now. And burn. So yeah, this thing is quite wobbly, but once you're in space it's not really much of an issue. I have got an SAS module on there. I haven't put any RCS on there, however, because I don't think it needs RCS, but redocking things to the craft, like these little drones, that's going to be quite hard without RCS, but Scott Manley can do it, I can do it. Well, you say that, and then it comes to it, and I can't. Yeah. Oh, I pressed the wrong button, damn it. I pressed M instead of X to cut the throttle, so I'm going to need to turn around and just point retro and burn for a little few seconds. Then that's going out, but still, I can burn for a second retro, then that'll bring us back. So yeah, this is kind of like a permadeath series, but it's not a permadeath series because I'm not exactly going to stop the series if a Kerbal dies. Because if a Kerbal dies, you know, it's quite natural for Kerbals to die, as it happens like every second on Kerbal, just like in real life. Okay, so if I burn retro, I can bring this down. I don't want to really burn that fast because then we'll miss. And just turn it up a bit, there we go. And we'll try and get that exact, there we go. And that is the exact orbit that I wanted, and that is the exact orbit that I've got. So now we're just going to time warp until we get around to there. And here it comes. A few minutes, seconds even. And there it is. So that is our orbit that we will be on soon. We're quite far away from the Mun, but I'm going to try and bring us down to a 100-kilometer orbit. So if I just keep doing this, and here we can burn. Don't really want to burn too fast because waste all of our fuel. Oh, well, let's just put it up to the full throttle, get it done quickly. Okay, so that's 119, 90, and 110, 100 kilometer orbit. There we go. That's perfect. That's fine. That's amazing. That was. So now if I time warp around, hopefully I can point retrograde this side, and then I can burn retro, and we can get a lovely 100 kilometer orbit exact. So there we go. Let's actually just place a maneuver node here. So that's the wrong way. Ooh, very lag. Very large amounts of lag. It's fine. (101), 99. I don't think we can get a perfectly 100 kilometer orbit. Maybe if I move this way a bit, that might change it. 100, 98. I think that's fine. Maybe if I push it out a little more. 99, 100. Come on. 100, 101. If I can get it there. 100. 99. Okay, I think that's perfect. That's enough for me. So now I've got to flip round to the retrograde burn. And we still have the power. Also, this stage, we've still got it. I think I might try and get this thing to crash into the Mun, and then we can point prograde and burn with our nuclear engine. So I think I overestimated the amount of fuel we needed. But it's fine, really. It's really that fine. I'm actually just going to burn now so that we can get rid of this stage. Oh, what's this? What's going on? Something's happening. Okay, I don't know what's going on here, but something is. Let's just point retro. Are we going to be able to point retro? Are we in? Or do we have... Oh goodness, that's not right. I guess we're flipping the orbit round, really, aren't we? Yeah, I guess we are. Oh, and there goes that stage, so let's stage, and, oof, balance is quite off. Goodness, don't know what's going on here. Okay, so, if I stage that, no, I will not be burning that way, that's a fact. Which way are we going? Oh god, quick, got a point. Prograde? Prograde. More or less prograde anyway. Try and stop us from crashing into the mud. Go this way. Turn the SAS on. Try and fix this orbit. By just burning this way, and we should get more or less back. I want to try and keep it on this kind of a angle actually. I was going to do this anyway. I was going to get us into a circular orbit and then an orbit like this. So this isn't really that bad, to be honest. Which way are we even going? Oh goodness, I'm burning prograde. I'm meant to be burning retro, aren't I? Goodness. Oh well, it's a nuclear engine, it's got plenty of power. Fuel even. It's not going to overheat, is it? Oh, watch that. We're coming back to that. To our bottom stage. So yeah. Goodness. This is another mission gone wrong here. But that's the whole point of why we test and do it again, so we can fix mistakes and problems. Okay. Kind of coming back in now. Don't know where my prograde marker is. There it is. No, that's retrograde. Oh well. Just burn retro. Full retro. Let's also get rid of this. So this should get to here, and then we should flip around, and then we'll be fine. Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel in this thing. And if we do ever need to bring any fuel up, we can just put like some of these, not these exactly, but like something with a junior docking port on it, so that we can make it kind of attach onto where these are, and then just feed the fuel through. Okay, so we're coming up to a flip. Once we've done the flip, then we should be okay. This is kind of a mission gone wrong, but it's fixable. Because I know that we've got enough fuel to get back into orbit. Okay, I'm gonna burn this way. I'm gonna burn this way, and this should get us right back into where we want to be. I need to point just upwards a little bit. And this should then get us on an exact, I don't know what it's actually called, the orbit, but kind of like an orbit like this, so we flip round the moon like this. Yeah, bad demonstrating. Okay, this is getting wider, which is always good. So that's what we need everything to get wider before we can send down the probes. And I think we're going to send down the probe in the next episode as well, because this is just taking a while to do this, and we've had some issues, so in the next episode we will send down our little probe, pick up our Kerbal and send him back to Kerbin. Try and get him on the Space Center. One thing I've actually just thought, I could have put some wings onto the drones, that way they could just fly home, really. Could be something to add. Okay, so where's the engine and fuel? Fuel's okay. I think we've got plenty of fuel. Just need to try and get this into an orbit. And I believe that we are going in this direction, so we're going this way. So our orbit will be this way, which is fine actually, because that's a nice orbit. And I am still learning docking. I've been in my worlds. You probably noticed at the beginning I didn't have my world. That's because I had so much bad ships that were completely broken and not working in my around Kerbin, but I just deleted the world, started a new one. Well, I'm going to start a new one and test. I just felt like recording this episode so I can get it edited and uploaded. Also, I did have a schedule for uploads, but I'm going to scrap that idea because it's quite a bit of a hassle for my weekend, because it means having everything pre-recorded, and I don't really want to do things pre-recorded because that means I'm bored in the week. Because I was thinking school would be quite intense, but it's actually not. It's actually quite easy at the moment. So yeah, here comes our orbit, I guess. Getting there very slowly. So I need to try and push this up to 100 kilometers. I guess this is fine as it is. So let's just burn this way. And there's our orbit. Let's just get us 11,000. What's this at? 76. So if we push this up a bit more to 80, we can have an 80 kilometer orbit. And I'm going to try and do something quite amazing in a second. Just need to sort this out, try and find out which way we've got to be pointing for the burn that I want to do. So I'm going to try and get this thing into a nice 80 kilometer orbit now. Oh, that flipped quick. Oh. Flipped extremely quick. There we go. Seems to be lagging quite a bit actually. Yes. Oh. 80. There we go, that's like the perfect orbit. 0.56. Ooh. There's less than 100 meters difference in between these two, so that's good. So I'm going to find out where we've got to be. Also, we're quite close to that as well, but I'd rather wait until I know exactly where I've got to be. Let's just time warp and get ourselves right on the spot. 11-second burn exactly. Okay, so now I'm going to time warp until we get up to about here. And I'm just thinking I should have put some lights onto this thing. Okay, so now if I go into this view, just look how close we are to the moon. We are less than 16 kilometers, because I think the actual moon's surface is about 4 kilometers above sea level. I think we're still going down, aren't we? Oh no, we're coming back up now. So now we've got to just wait until we get to around here. So from the thank goodness of time warp, we can just skip most of it. And I need to correct that positioning. if it goes off, and here we go, just correct it, try and get it exact, there we go, time warp, 5 seconds will burn, actually we're gonna burn now, there we go. And 3, 2, 1. Just going to push that out a little bit more. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Bloop. 2. There we go. Right then, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Do give the video a like. In the next episode, we will be going down to the Mun and rescuing our friendly Kerbals and bringing them back to Kerbin. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video though. We have had some issues, but now we will, now we have sorted that issue, and we can just send these things down and retrieve 2 Kerbals, take them home, and in the future we will put these around most planets. I might even put one around Kerbin just in case, or just for looks. But I would like to try and get something over to Minimus in, I think, the 5th episode. That's me thinking ahead, but yeah, other words, goodbye.